In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Dear friends and fellows, some of the people are found drowned in thinking, brooding, feeling tense most of the time, quite often. That is not something pleasant at all because it is something which is actually damaging their life a lot, damaging the level of their emotional stability a lot, damaging their happiness level at all. It creates quite a lot of dissatisfaction in the life. So for that reason, I think it is very important to understand the reason and the causes behind it on the one hand, and to be able to cure it, to be able to tackle it successfully on the other hand. So that is something really important. So let's go into the reasons and the causes behind it actually. Dear friends and fellows, the trouble is that apparently these people, it seems that these people are having much more troubles in their life. Apparently, it seems that there are many troubles in their life. The truth is that they are not having more troubles in their life as compared to the other people. The only reason is, the only thing is that they people are found, they people think not so positively at all. They do think negatively, and on the one hand, and they do excessively think on the other hand. As for the negative thinking is concerned, dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, what is the negative thinking actually? It is that we are found blaming the other people much more than they actually deserve, much more than they actually liable of. It is my own responsibility to protect my life and not that of the anyone else, etc. So I am of the view that why I mean, if at all we don't take the responsibility, so we are found shifting the responsibility upon the shoulders of the other people unnecessarily. Other peoples are not responsible for my life, rather I myself am responsible for my life. It is my responsibility to take care of my interest and not the responsibility of anyone else at all. Dear friends, if at all somebody is not serving my interest, if at all somebody is somehow found damaging my interest, I think it is me actually who might have caused this situation. It was my responsibility to protect myself, to avoid it. It was my responsibility, and it is my responsibility even now to somehow to safeguard my interest and to somehow separate them, him, her, whatever they are. And it's if at all they people are unfair, so I think there is no good thing in moaning and groaning, because we can't complain. As for the complaining is concerned, I think complaining is not good at all, because it was my responsibility to prevent all similar happenings, all happenings like that one. And if at all I could not preempt it, I could not prevent it, now it's my responsibility to resolve it, to solve it, to get rid of those things actually. So for that reason, other people are I can't feel anger intense why the other people are doing this, why someone else is doing this thing. It is, they will do whatever whatever suits them. They will do whatever suits them actually, irrespective of what is morally and ethically okay and what is not morally and ethically okay. Dear friends and fellows, what to do then? I think that we should stop thinking excessively. Once we do think negatively, we automatically start thinking excessively. Why? Because everyone else looks bad to us. Everyone else looks bad to us once we are thinking negative. So once we are thinking negative, dear friends and fellows, then we keep thinking, we cannot stop thinking. A negative thinker cannot stop thinking at all, because she will be found tense. And if at all a person is thinking excessively, so she will not be able to keep the things in perspective. She will not be able to keep the things in perspective, and they will be found drowned in the thinking, they will be found brooding most quite often, dear friends, and they will be found in trouble. These troubles might not be created by themselves, but these troubles are definitely exaggerated exponentially by themselves and no one else. These troubles, I think the trouble created by someone else might be very small, but the way we handle it, the way we think upon it, the way we handle it makes it much more dangerous, much more lethal as compared to what it originally was. The right thing is to ignore it. If it is too small, too trivial, I think we must ignore it, must ignore it. But if at all it is not that small, then what we need to do is actually that we need to do something. We need to take it solution mindedly. We need to take it solution mindedly. Not like we shouldn't be thinking the way that it will keep drowning us. It will put us into the boggy, into the marshy land, and we will not be able to come out of that. So that makes us actually irritable. We become an irritable person if at all we are found brooding, if at all we are found tense most of the time. We become the irritable person. I think it was important to avoid ourselves, to protect ourselves from being an irritable person, and it was important to lead a normal life, to be able to protect ourselves from being irritable, and to be able to protect ourselves from being abnormally tense, found in trouble quite often. I think it is really important not to exaggerate the trouble. The if at all we are found thinking, after all we do have to think about many of the things which are not as pleasant. Although it was good it is good to ignore many of the small and the trivial things, but certain small and trivial things actually lead to a bigger trouble. So for that reason it could not be ignored, but we need to handle it, we need to think upon it, we need to handle it in the right manner, in a better way. We need to handle and manage it in such a manner that it does not create trouble and problem for us. Actually it does not increase and enhance our problem exponentially. It does not get multiplies at all. We need to stop it here, and we can only stop it here by ignoring it either, or we should be handling and tackling it. We should be thinking about it in a positive manner. We need to put ourselves in the shoes of the other person. We need to put ourselves in the shoes of the other person. We need to empathize. We need to have empathy. If at all we are having the empathy, we will start automatically thinking positively, and we will be able to start thinking positively. If at all we are found thinking positively, we cannot think too much actually. And if at all we are not thinking too much, and too much of the negative thinking, what will be the good out of it? That we will not be able we will not be become an irritable person at all. We will not remain tense most of the time. We will be able to lead a normal life. Thank you very much.